Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 11 of season 3 of The Expanse. The last episode, and I even I even said this after I had signed off. I had done the reaction and I had done my commentary and I was like, "See ya." And then I was like, "Xander, what did I just watch?" And while I enjoyed the episode, I also didn't. It really felt like a real sci-fi show. And I don't mean like that The Expanse isn't a real sci-fi show, but there's a lot of times where The Expanse feels like a political drama. That's the Game of Thrones quality that it has. And then there's, of course, the space stuff that's a lot of fun. And then there's the science stuff like the proto-molecule. And I really enjoy all of that. But then this ethereal thing that we had with Holden and Miller floating through the bubble towards the station, towards the nucleus, and then being in it. And just, it felt so foreign having that happen. And then jumping to Anna and a suicide, and then jumping back to Miller and Holden, and then jumping to the guys from Mars coming to get them, and me going, "That's Shang-Chi." That was distracting. And but no fault of their own. They didn't know he was going to be that guy. That guy. But and then we're jumping to parts of Naomi, and then we're jumping to the behemoth, and then we're going back to Miller and Holden. And it felt like normally these storylines correlate some way somehow. And I think Fear was very much a story in certain aspects, but then it just didn't feel like the story was cohesive the way it normally does. And I'm wondering if it's because I know that season 3, the halfway point into the finale, is all of Abaddon's Gate. And I think maybe it being condensed that's now I'm really starting to kind of feel that condensed nature of the story. And I feel like there could have been an entire episode of just Holden and Miller. And we didn't need anything from anybody else. Maybe at the very end Mars comes in or something. Maybe just the Mars storyline is there with Bobby and Shang-Chi. And it wasn't even that I didn't like it. There were definitely aspects that I loved about it. I forgot about Clarissa, and how annoyed I was about her non-dental implant, that it's a palatal implant, which I still have issues with that. And believe me, my bosses watched that episode, so I was able to have a discussion with him. I was like, "So that can't happen, right?" And he's like, "No, it can't happen." Again, 23rd century dentistry might be different, but when two professionals agree that it's I will have to suspend belief. Suspend professional knowledge. Anyway, so there was so many other things that were going on, and it actually at the end I should just be going "What happened to Holden? Oh my God." I do feel like when he connected himself to the station, that it kind of gave him a history lesson, because you saw everything kind of go back in time. You saw the bird, and I feel like that kind of represented Julie. But then you saw the nucleus and all these portals, and it was almost like a history lesson of this is what we went through to kind of get to you. And I don't think the proto-molecule had any plans to get to us, but I do think that it was trying to connect, or it was because it said something about completing it, the work needs to be complete. So I'm curious what that really means to Holden, and if what we saw was the only thing that he kind of downloaded into his brain. Is he fried egg now? Because he always kind of looks like he's a fried egg. Holden looks like he's always gone through something really hard. So I feel bad for the guy. And I'll tell you, Holden, man, it took almost 4 seasons, but he's one of my favorite characters because of just how resilient he is. He's just so good, and Stephen Strait plays him so well. Now, that being said, we got some scenes from Proto Miller, and it was very much that, he was not behaving like Miller. And then he said the story about Julie and falling with her, and that it's all the way and not halfway. And Holden even looks at him. He's like, "Good to see you, Miller." And it's just, when you get those moments, you get those really good acting moments followed up by that just nostalgic feeling of having those two characters together. That's some good stuff right there. Now, really interesting is that we kind of got more of the proto-molecule and the bubble protecting itself. And it seemed to be that anything that was going too fast kind of got the little purple cyst shield bubble thing around it. And that would stop it from going. And it seemed like everything was in an orbit around the nucleus, even though we didn't see it, but that's what the scientists would the and you never saw like them like going around anything, but Colvlord like said like they were surrounded by the purple force field. Anna called it a cyst, but it's kind of the same thing. It's protecting itself from things that could potentially hurt it or hit the nucleus. Okay, so everything gets stopped when I should learn his name, but I'm just gonna keep calling him Shang-Chi. When he throws the grenade and like it literally pulls him apart and makes him become part of the station. It's wild, but then it like really protects itself from the behemoth, from like Naomi's like little skiff that she's in, the Rossi, like everything is protected. What happens from there? Wow. I trust Bobby to get Holden out of there. I'm glad Bobby was there to witness that. Not because I want her to have those memories, but like I'm glad like Holden like doesn't have to go back and report this alone. And she probably didn't see what he saw, but like, that she was there to witness kind of the thing that happened. I kind of don't care about the Clarissa Melba storyline, the Mao storyline, other than the fact that it has to do with Julie. And I think it's because this thing about her wanting to get revenge because she has daddy issues. I'm just kind of like, please let there be more to that. Please let there be like something that's a little bit meatier, a little bit heavier, something that makes me care even a little bit, because I'm still upset that she killed Ren. I thought Ren was a great guy. He didn't deserve it. He had a family. And for her to like go through all of this just to like prove to her dad that she can is just sick. Obviously, I mean, her relationship with Julie, the things and how all three of them spoke to each other was just disgusting. Like they're toxic. And I'm sick of the Maos. If the Maos could just end their genetic code, get it out of there. We don't need it. We haven't gotten anything from Christian. I don't know if like because I don't know if she's not mentioned that much in book 3, or if she is, it's in bits and pieces. But like, where my girl? I need to see my girl. Drummer let Naomi go, but then she also had kind of this face off with Ashford, and I'm glad she said her piece. Like, she's really good at like not backing down from him. We saw with her and Fred Johnson that like when she's angry, she needs to walk away. Like she just needs a moment to like cool down, simmer down, get her thoughts right. Put her thoughts into something else. I very much know that feeling. So her, getting away from being the captain and the crew looking at her the way that they were, it was for kind of like they were looking at her like, you shouldn't be the captain. It should be him. And he was kind of making them do that. But then when he has that moment with Diogo and he's just like, look, I've been through all these things. I've done this where like, I drank coffee from an admiral's mug before I blew up their ship. And, he very quietly skirted around, these ships in a Mars brigade or whatever it was, that like he's done good things. He's done kind of things that would be considered weak. But then we find out that he lost his daughter in a fire. And I feel like that happened at that time. And so he's seen a lot of things, and he knows that, Diogo needs to respect his captain. Now, is he trying to make a play for the captain's chair? Oh yeah. He's not dumb. He's not dumb. But someone did point out that the XO is the one that's supposed to take care of business like that they're supposed to be the disciplinarians, and the captain shouldn't have to deal with any of that bullshit. And he is the XO, and that's what he should be doing. But he should be taking it from the direction of the captain, not creating it on his own. Conversations that should happen in private are happening in public, and it is not good for her and the crew and the way the crew looks at her. Like, the optics are bad. And quite frankly, I would not cross Drummer. Like her and Christian are like two women on this show that I'm like, no, It's your way or the highway. I'm out of here. Like, you do you. They're terrifying, but in like the best way. In the best way. Like, it's almost like you don't want to disappoint them, kind of terrifying. Like I would be so heartbroken if I did something that upset you because it seemed disrespectful. Now we still have Monica and Cohen kind of floating out in the bubble. Don't know what's happening with them. I don't know if Naomi's going to scoop them with a skiff, if they're going to run into the Shuzen, if they're going to get like speared onto the behemoth. It's probably going to be the Thomas Prince that picks them up. Whatever. Clarissa fighting Tilly, kind of, she did her little thing and launched at her, but that was at the same time that Thomas Prince got stopped by the proto-molecule. So I don't know what happens from there. Tilly, she even says that she is an aging debutante, so I don't think that she can physically defend herself that well. She doesn't strike me as that person. So I hope she's okay. I'm pretty sure that Melba, Clarissa, whatever her name is, could have snapped her in half. And then, of course, Anna feeling guilty because she wasn't there for somebody to talk to when they needed someone to talk to. That's a really heavy burden to bear for her. I wish she could realize that, she doesn't have to be a pastor and that person every second of her life. Sometimes she can just be curious Anna that wants to go through the gate and experience that because she's excited to do so. Her having that guilt, I think, is going to weigh on her, but I also hope that like something good comes out of it. I don't know what that could possibly be. I just really like Anna. I just want what's best. I want her to go home and hug her wife and snuggle her kid and get out of this in one piece, alive. And because she didn't get to send that message last episode, that worries me. Okay, guys, I am ready to see if Holden is a scrambled egg. Because he's almost always on the precipice of just becoming like a flat out omelet. Like dude's had it rough. If he makes it all the way to book 10, great. I don't know that. Don't tell me or anything. But I always assume that like we are on the edge of losing Holden, whether it's his brain betraying him or it is somebody blowing him up. But I will say that he is a fantastic captain. The way he can maneuver ships in space, or like his direction to maneuver ships, or the creativeness that he has in those fights in space, and how he thinks on his feet. I feel really good about it, but at the same time, a man can only take so much. By the way, he still has that radiation badge in his shoulder. Oh my God, he needs a vacation, but like a beach. Take Bobby with you. Shit. Go drink a margarita somewhere, my dude. Okay, guys, let's get into it. Oh, and I got a Pure Clean sweatshirt, as you can see. Also, bad news. Bad news. My boss is officially ahead of me in episodes. We had a slow day at work, and he binge watched almost all of the entire season of season 3 in one day. I think he watched IFF on a Wednesday, and then he finished all of season 3 by the end of Thursday. So he's ahead of me. He promised he wouldn't ruin anything for me, but we'll see. You're right. Okay, good. We're starting here. I want to know what happens to Miller. Or I want to know what happens to Holden and Miller, I guess.
Holden! What was he doing? Holden!
He killed the LT.
He did not.
Nobody move!
What now?
Traipsing an RPG up the shaft.
Oh boy.
Speed limit's changed. Watch your thrust to stay under 28 meters per second.
We would have stuck here just like that.
Good call, Gunny.
Yep.
Let's just get the fuck out of here.
Oh, Gunny is so smart. Naomi, wake up. So they all have to slow down in order for that to stop, right? Oh! Oh, Bex, she's gonna go out into space now? Oh yeah, fire in zero gravity is not good, right? Hey, get rid of the oxygen, the fire goes out. Yeah, throw something out there first. I wonder if Cohen and Monica are okay. So did they get up to the dropship? They did. Okay. I'm surprised it's just letting Holden leave. Fried egg.
Clear!
Oh, thank God.
All right, stabilized. Stay with him. Come get me if anything changes.
Whatever you say, Gunny.
I don't want him to be in charge of Holden. That makes me very uncomfortable.
Third of the crew dead, another third injured. Whatever that field around them is, they can't maneuver in it, and they're being pulled into orbit around that station.
That's nearly every ship in this space.
Wow.
Yeah. That kind of deceleration without any notice.
Yeah,
A lot of people
splat.
just died.
Yeah.
That's not a defensive measure. That's a massacre.
It doesn't know humanity. You can't expect it to act human. I learned that one a couple episodes ago. Oh, God. Oh, God. That's Drummer. Oh.
Well, at least that cry let me know you're alive.
Did he get impaled too? Good
Not
grief.
bad for you.
The machine got me by the leg. You?
Still in one piece, me somehow.
Can you move, Kay?
Well, not a lot.
I mean, she still works out with like a hole in her abdomen. I mean, she'll probably run a marathon after this.
First thing first, try to release the mag locks.
Okay, here goes.
A release might really hurt though.
No, we can't roll. Forward kills me, backward kills you. It has to float up.
Yeah.
Comes for help.
Ah, come, Mina. You are the captain of this ship. Someone should always know it.
I needed to be alone, so I didn't punch out my first officer for his constant second guessing.
Oh, Mama Sabaka.
Well, you got one thing right. You and I definitely have a problem to work out.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, did Tilly get smashed? That's a lot of blood floating around. I'm like trying to like turn it. Oh God, where is she? They're gonna think she died in that accident when it probably could have been her. I'm glad Anna's okay. For the most part, she could have internal bleeding. Oh my God. I can't even imagine what that would be like to just come to a full stop like that. Oh God, is there a lot of dead bodies?
I'm a trained nurse. I can help with the wounded.
Do you want to help?
There you
Go
go.
find people with broken bones and get them to a med bay. Is this your first time in zero G?
Yeah.
Without gravity, wounds can't drain. Blood pools and clots, tissue swells, any internal bleeding is a death sentence. You might want to put in a good word with your boss. This is only going to get worse.
That's why I was concerned about her internal bleeding, not because of zero G, but like internal bleeding you don't know is happening until it's too late sometimes.
Oh, those Mormons, huh? They have us build the most advanced ship in history so they can farm like primitives. I'm going to try to move it now for me.
Hopefully they both come out of this experience learning something about each other. Learning how to work as a team, maybe?
Okay, how about now?
Yeah, grab
Oh.
the terminal. Okay, move it up.
I don't know if he's gonna be able to do this.
Left. Right. Sorry, right.
I do the same thing. I'm a bad co-pilot.
Ready to grip.
Just don't crush it.
3.
Oh!
Open the grip. Grab. Got it!
Oof.
Delta ingenuity at its finest. Huh? Okay.
Watch it not be close enough. Oh!
What the box blew.
It's gone.
Damn it. It's gonna take a lot more than that to make them best friends forever, so more trials and tribulations, I guess.
Apparently, all the ships in this space suddenly decelerated at the same moment. And now we're all being pulled toward the sphere.
All the ships.
Yeah.
She's still hell-bent on getting that Rossi, isn't she? So aggravated by her.
I can't understand what... Tilly, where are you? Tilly, tell me where you are.
Oh god. If you do anything to Anna, I swear. Oh my god. I can't. I hate Melba, Clarissa, Mao, anybody with that last name. Aggravated. Except Julie.
You saw what happened. He did not kill anyone. That place did.
Looked to me like he knew what he was doing down there. Like he was controlling it.
We don't know that for sure. I fired first. I was willing to take him out.
Yeah, so suck it.
So maybe putting a bullet in him is the quickest way out of this shitstorm.
What is wrong with you, dude?
What's our ETA with the shoot scene?
Still at least a day out if the new speed holds. But I wanted you to take a look at this.
A day out? Jeez.
Right now we're about 500,000 kilometers from where we came in. At the new speed limit, it would take about 7 months to get back to the ring.
Wow.
The bigger ships have skiffs that can still move, but not enough to evacuate everyone.
Holden's not a killer. He knows something. He must. He wouldn't have gone into that thing otherwise. When he wakes up, he'll talk to us.
Hopefully he wakes up. Seems like he's in a coma where he's just thinking. Fried egg.
In a way, it's your fault.
What?
That's what I get for trying to help someone.
What are you talking about?
Clarissa Mal. She's trying to kill James Holden.
I don't want Anna to die because she knows this.
Tilly? Hey. Tilly, look at me. It's gonna
Oh,
be
the
okay.
tears.
You're really good at this.
Tilly. Hey. Tilly.
Elizabeth Mitchell is so good. She's so good. I don't even care about Tilly. I care that Anna's hurt by Tilly dying.
Oh, me bang for sound, go, Tilly, go.
Singing now make you more interesting. Less, in fact.
I sang this song for my daughter when she was small. Helps me keep my mind steady in situations like this.
What was your most close call?
The gun ran back from Callisto, speeding back to Ceres to see a girl.
I didn't peg you for a romantic.
It
His
was
little
more
girl.
hormones and hubris.
Oh.
Turned on a beacon, prayed to a god I don't believe in. 3 days later, I'm waking up on a rock hopper bound for Eden.
I sacrificed too much of my life to adopt the tradition of my enemy.
All the poor and oppressed who ever fought for their equality, dressed in what they
This
had
is
because-
another of your teaching moment. I prefer for bleed out in silence.
Individuals can be divided and conquered, but symbols endure.
We are who we are. That's what makes us better.
She doesn't want to change.
That's the way the inners need to see us.
But right now, they need to see us as one.
Yes.
A But I will sacrifice my pride to make something better for the future.
Wow.
I hope that one day, that what makes us better.
Me was sick and nigh to death. Till he go, till he go. Me was sick and nigh to death. Till he go. Forgo with wisdom's ways as we sail.
Interesting. I do love that he still continues to give her lessons no matter what opportunity is showing itself. Pinned to a truck, here's a new lesson.
Here, track her yourself.
Please tell somebody you're gonna go find her. I don't like this.
There is nowhere for you to go. The only thing that you can do is beg for mercy. Bella.
You know what? Let her go. She's off your ship. If she tries to do anything to the Rossi, I guarantee you Amos would be out there on the hull of that ship, duking it out with her. She can click clickety click all she wants. Did she make it to the Rossi? Oh my god, we don't know if they're okay.
Amos!
Did they go after Holden? He told them not to. Did they go after him?
Call out if you can. Tell me where you are. Please respond.
Where are my boys? I don't like that they're missing. Go see where their vac suits are. Oh wait. Is that lasagna? That's upsetting.
Alex?
Please tell me that like his neck's not broken or something.
Alex! Come on. Wake up now. Alex. Alex.
Naomi?
Where's Holden? And Amos?
He left a while ago with Miller.
Miller?
Yeah, it's a weird sentence to hear.
What do you mean?
He probably has a concussion. Don't let him fall back asleep. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
You have to be alright. Please just say something. Amos.
You changed your hair.
Trevor?
Oh wow.
Trevor!
Yeah, don't die or
Trevor,
anything,
wake
girl.
up!
It's not how I thought it would end for me.
No, it's not over yet. What are you doing?
Cannot afford to lose us both.
Camina, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What? Tell me what you're doing.
The ship need a captain, and you got what you want.
There's still hope. Trevor! Trevor!
Girl, what are you doing? Jesus!
Hurry!
Wow, she's amazing. God, willing to sacrifice herself to make sure that they still have a captain for the ship.
Are you back?
Yeah.
Back to help? Back to stay?
Stay.
I guess it took being away to understand that you're my family.
Okay.
Supplies won't matter much without gravity to heal.
No way for us to make thrust now. We stuck.
You got the centrifuge thing, right? You can start spinning that, right?
Spin the drum.
Yes!
If it works, it will save many lives. Prepare to spin the drum.
Didn't take long for me to like Ashford. I like that guy. Like that guy a lot. See, I thought maybe if she was like close to the nucleus that she'd be able to talk to Julie or something, and Julie could talk her out of being like this insane person.
Show me cargo bay cameras.
I don't want Naomi to get killed by her either. Oh my god. Amos needs to like snap out of it and go snap Clarissa's neck. Almost not fair. Oh my god. She's like... Oh! She's like a robot with that suit on.
Even if he was here, I still wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, fuck you, Naomi. Or, no, I mean, a fuck you from Naomi.
Are you alright?
Where the hell did Anna come from? Oh my god. I got all flustered. I was like, fuck you, Clarissa. I said, fuck you, Naomi. I'm all fuzzed up right now.
Rotational thrusters online. On your order.
I mean, I would think like instantaneous gravity is not good for wounds either, right?
Spin the drum.
Wow.
Rotation stable. 113. Move all casualties to compartments within the drum. Give me a wide beam. I want to talk to all the ships in this place. This is Klaus Ashford, the captain of the OPA Behemoth. We are all victims of the same catastrophe. But the Behemoth is unique. This ship, my ship, can create spin gravity. So I am able to offer it to all of you. You will be welcome. The Belters embrace all of you.
Wow.
Bunch of skinnies saving us. This place keeps getting more and more fucked up.
They've got the right idea.
This dude.
Holden? What happened in there?
I saw something. Vision.
Vision of what?
Yeah, what?
Everything.
That's a lot.
The end of everything.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, wow. So there was like a lot that happened, and then like I feel like nothing got solved. You know, there's some like more emotional moments for sure. You know, Elizabeth Mitchell, man, she can put on a performance. You know, Anna having Tilly die like right in front of her, especially after the suicide, and now Tilly, and then like everything that she saw, the horror of all the bodies and the blood floating around. Like that's a lot. And like, I'll tell you, Elizabeth Mitchell's performance is amazing. I really did not expect her, one, to go aggressively after Melba, and then to actually follow her to the Rocinante. Like I really thought Amos was going to come in clutch and just like snap her neck or something. But I'm now Anna is on the Rocinante. All of my favorite people have ended up on the Rocinante. Now, the whole thing with Drummer and Ashford, like being stuck and trying to like work together to get out of that, and then having like those moments where they're talking about like the closest they ever came to death, and neither one of them said like this right here. I thought that was really interesting that neither one of them were really accepting that they could be facing death in that moment. And Drummer making the sacrifice and just saying the ship has to have a captain, it might as well be you, and it's just like she sacrifices herself. I mean, that is a hardcore woman. I do like him singing the song to help calm himself down because it was a song that he used to sing with his daughter, and that, Drummer knew it and they could sing it together. I thought that was really sweet. Now, of course, the Martians that were in the station, I get that like the other two Martians, let's see, it says that the names are Rico and Trep. That they are both very much just wanting to like get rid of Holden, waste Holden, leave Holden. Like they're very upset about their lieutenant, becoming one with the station. And I'm very happy that Bobby figured out very quickly that like high velocity explosives, not a good idea, to take off, to go up the shaft, not a good idea. Smart girl, clever girl, love her. But like they don't want to listen to Bobby. They are, but they don't want to. They obviously think that she's wrong. They want to do the opposite of what it is that is kind of even being asked of them, because Bobby even said, like, we're taking him back to the Shoe's End, and they're just like, or you could just shoot him. And she's like, well, we're gonna follow orders. I would not want to cross Bobby in that situation, but especially, Holden waking up and saying like that he saw the end of everything. It really felt like when it showed him the vision that it went back in time. So I would dare to say that he saw the beginning of everything, because it showed a bunch of like of those the ring portal things, the gates, and showed some of them exploding in certain areas. So I would think that those are the ones that were being destroyed, and there's only one left, and it just was rebuilt. And it's the only one that's able to get to the station. So I don't think he saw the end of everything. I think he saw the beginning. Or quite possibly he saw he could have seen the end of everything if it all went to plan. Because it looked like when the station was shooting out something that it looked like it was going into a sun. And I think I don't know if it was Dresden, but somebody had mentioned that it had not finished its course when the protomolecule was on its way to Earth, or possibly the sun. But either way, like something with the rings of Saturn, something along those lines. I feel like maybe Holden was shown what could have been. I don't know. I don't think he would have been shown the end of everything. I kind of forgot all about Alex and Amos because there were so many other stories going on. And it's not that I did forget about them. It's just that there was so much going on that I wasn't like, oh my God, like what are Alex and Amos doing? Until Naomi gets to the Rossi and, they're injured. And she has like that moment, like she had a moment with Alex where it was just kind of like, she's like, oh my gosh, my friend Alex. But then with Amos, it was a little bit deeper. For her, at least. I don't know if it was for him, but then when he asks her, like, are you back to stay or just to help? And she's like, to stay. It took me being away to realize you guys are my family. And he's just like, I'm like hopeful that he's just going to be like, I miss you or something. And he just goes, okay. And like turns away. And I don't know if that's an Amos response because he's emotionally void sometimes, or if he like doesn't want to give her any emotion because I remember him looking at her and saying, there's some things that just can't be fixed. And, I don't know if she can repair that relationship with Amos, like ever. And if she thought going back to the Rossi was going to be like it was in the old days, and she's being nostalgic and was idealizing her time on the Rossi, then, if Amos doesn't change how he feels about her and like what he gives her, like in response to certain things. Like he's very dry and like just very walled off with her. If that doesn't change, then I feel like she's gonna go away again. Like that's obviously him pushing her away, and it could work. Definitely could work. Now, I don't know what happens with Melba on the Rocinante because, I mean, obviously Holden's not on the Rossi. He's on the dropship. I don't know how Holden gets to the Rossi. I don't know if Holden has to go to the Shuzen. I don't know if they all end up going to the Drum, which was a boss move. I will give Ashford this. He's a thinker, and it was a boss move. And I actually like really grew to like him in the last couple episodes just because of his honesty. Like he's not he's not like the most honest person I've ever met, but like when he has those moments of raw honesty and realism and teachable moments and everything, I really do appreciate them. And he had quite a few in this, but like him kind of declaring like, this is my ship, this is our ship, we can give you aid, all of you are welcome here, because that's what us Belters do. Like it almost gives them like this, like, you need us to survive and we are here for you, because that's what Belters do. Like, don't forget, not that we're helping you and you owe us one, but don't forget, that's what Belters do. We give you aid, we help you, we are here for you. I thought that was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I don't know if Drummer would have done that. I think that's actually a really good political move, but it's also like just a good way to extend kind of an olive branch, a little bit of peace between everybody. I don't know what that means for the Rossi and for Holden, though. I still feel like Mars might just have like little chips on their shoulders. Yeah. I am a little concerned about Holden being on the dropship with the two other Martians that obviously think that he's responsible for the lieutenant's death, even though they like witnessed that wasn't the fact. But like, again, they don't know what they saw, but he also can't say with like absolute certainty that Holden was the one that was responsible for the lieutenant's death. I don't know if we're done with Miller, if we get more Miller, if we're going to see more Miller. It'd be nice if he popped in for a hot second and talked to Holden, and maybe Holden has to go back to the Rossi where the protomolecule is. I don't know. Okay, guys, the full-length reaction will be available on my Patreon, as well as full-length reactions to the other episodes, as well as full-length reactions to other shows like House of the Dragon, Vox Machina, The Sandman, as well as other various movies. And then there will be 2 episodes early, so if you're currently watching this on YouTube, you could be watching more. Hopefully there was a zoom in right there. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below if there's anything that I missed in particular in this episode, because I miss a lot of things. Like if you really think that a palatal implant on the roof of someone's mouth can give them superpowers, keep it to yourself. It can't happen without a lot of science that I'd have to see in front of me. And as far as I know, it does not get explained. Thank you to everyone on Patreon who tried to explain it to me. Still doesn't make sense, but I'm going to mull that over. In the meantime, I'll see you.